Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap Session for Friday, October the 6th, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. Yes, we do create multiple hypotheses. We do not try to predict the market. What we do is we put a plan in place for the possible scenarios that the market, the auction can trade, and then wait to see what the market's doing and execute the plan that best suits who's in control of the auction. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the RTA, in the pre-market go-to, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the RTH trading day for our members. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and the trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so we're coming down to that target, the 43.50. Let me just back up here. The 43.50 is the primary target for the zipper measured move, but it also 43.25 is the primary target of the zipper measured move, but it's also the change percentage of range, 50% retracement. So it's the CPR projected target. And it looks like we're going to work our way down there. The news obviously came out. Hourly earnings came out better than expected. The manufacturing payrolls came out way down. Non-farm payrolls came off really strong. Private non-farm payrolls as well, just not good news whatsoever. In terms of news for the rest of the day, we've got a whole bunch of Fed speakers again today. We've got Bostic speaking in 19 minutes. 10 o'clock, we've got wholesale inventories, as well as the Canadian IV PMI. 10:30, the ECRIs. Then we've got Rosengren speaking at 11:45, Dudley at 12:15, Kaplan at 12:45. The Baker Hughes oil rig count at 1 o'clock, and Bullard at 1 o'clock. Just a parade of Fed speakers. So just be cautious. During the course of the day, any one of these can set the market off by some type of comment. If we take a look at our trade level plan from yesterday, hypo 3 again. We talked about the fact that these could be equally weighted hypotheses, and any one of them could hypo 1, 2, or 3 could play out. And for the last couple of days, we've got these hypo 3s, the continuation days, setting up and going. We put in a new all-time high at 20.50.75. Overnight, they got within a couple ticks of it and fell off, and coming down towards that 43.50 area. Very strong trend. And again, this is the same type of move that we saw the 2 days prior. Let me bring up the live chart. I just want to talk about this for a minute, because this makes it extremely difficult to trade if you don't get in at the beginning of the wave. This whole 8 3/4 point move happened without a 1.5 point. My zigzag, okay, is set to 1.5 points. So it'll register every 1.5 point counter rotation. And here we got 8 3/4 points without a counter rotation. On Wednesday, we got that 7 3/4 point without a counter rotation. And on Tuesday, we got the 6 3/4 points. So very, very similar type auction that we've seen in the last few days. Now, this has gone pretty parabolic, so I am expecting a bit of a pullback. Here we are at our CPR retracement target down here, and one tick away from the zipper measured moves. Pay attention to those zipper measured moves. They have just been paying very, very well lately. So we're seeing some weakness coming in off the news. We're expecting a rotational day with a bit of a downside bias today. I think this move up. I wouldn't even be surprised, and it's not going to be a high probability that we could come down and retest into this 33 to 31 area. But let's just back up, take a look at our macro to micro. I always like to start my day with a simple candlestick chart. I use my paper money toss because they got great drawing tools. I'm watching the 9 EMA and the 20 SMA for the strength of the trend in the different time frames. I work my way from my monthly down into my intraday, and this is where I do all my chart patterns and candlestick analysis. Very strong trend. We're still in the upper channel of the upward sloping fork that we've been watching for a while, and we don't even come to challenge that until we get back into the 2400s in the mids. We're also in this weekly up channel. By the way, this is 12 months so far of one time framing up. This is our 12th month where we've had higher lows on the monthly. Going to the weekly, you can see that we've been in this weekly up channel. We didn't get to the top of the channel. The retest of the 9 is going to be down here at the 2491 area. But right now, the trend is very strong. We've got good slope, good separation on the weekly. Going down to the daily, we did go a little bit parabolic. We did not put in a double top up here, so this could turn out to be an inside Mr. Sneaky bar, and a possible retest to close the technical gap down here at the 2770 area. But the trend is still very much intact until we do that. And going to the intraday, you can see we've got a bit of a rounding top here on the 4 hour. There was our Mr. Sneaky on the 4 hour. These inside Mr. Sneaky bars work on all time frames, and the target on that particular one was the 9 EMA. We just came down and tested it now, so we are challenging the trend on the 4 hour. As we move down in our intraday, you see we've broken below the 9 and the 20 on the 1 hour, so possible trend change, and then 30-minute accelerates that, 15-minute as well. Don't forget we've got, we still have a naked cross all the way down at that 27 area, 2775. That's our next main primary target below right now, but possible trend change, I can say that, with this news and possible pullback into finding some balance. And if we look at that on the structure, we've got a lot of unfinished auction that we need to come back and repair. Taking a look at yesterday's market profile, we have singles at 46 that we took out on the news. We still have one down here at 42.75. That would be your next target below, and that's about it for singles that we've left there. Overnight action, we came within 2 ticks of that all-time high. We basically tried to hold value at the at the VPOC from yesterday around this 49, and as we came into this news, we fell out of that balance. We're unable to hold that value. So now see how far we have to come down to find buyers. Inventory is pretty much 100% net short in both time and volume. We're basically coming gang, and we're filling in this this impulse wave that that I talked about earlier, and likely to come and get stuck down here and chop around down here. So if we start moving our levels over, our overnight high is the 50-50, which is basically our value area high from yesterday. The value area doesn't really mean a lot yesterday, simply because of the fact that it was a trend day. Currently right now, and this is likely to change, but our overnight low is 43.25. Likely going to have to expand that out, but I've only got so much time to do these sessions. Our overnight VPOC is not likely going to shift. It's going to be up on our Globex VPOC, our RTH VPOC from yesterday, and the LVN from the overnight is going to be the 48 level, and it's 46.75. So I'm going to be using the 46.75 as an over underline. Basically, what that means is I've got more bias to the short side below the 46, 47, and I've got more bias to the upside above it. So that's basically going to give us the levels that we need for overnight. We do have a target at the 42.75, which is just above the value area low. And then there's the 40. And then I'm going to be using the range open for yesterday at 38.50 as a trade level. I'm just putting my levels in, and then we'll talk about the hypothesis. It's going to be very choppy in this area as they determine fair value around this elongated LVN created by the impulse wave yesterday, if you want to call it an impulse wave, which is a slow grind. And then, of course, anything above the all-time high. Our 20-period daily ATR full session is running at 11.28, so currently off of the overnight low at 43.25. Our upside daily ATR target is 64.50. Is that right? That can't be right. 43.25. $54.50. Yeah, I thought it was. So basically right there, and off of the high overnight of 50.50, or was it 50.50 or 50.25? 50.50. $50.25 minus the 11.28. So that gives us a downside daily ATR down at 38.75. Okay, and then the weekly ATR is up at 52, and our weekly 20-period full session ATR average true range is 35.25. So off of that 25.17 weekly low, our upside ATR is up at 52.25. I don't think we're going to worry about the downside. Weekly critical mass, our week open was 25.18 with one trading session left of 11.28. We're nowhere near our critical mass. We are way above our critical mass. So I'm not even worrying about critical mass because we've already expanded it and the buyers took control the last couple days of the week. In terms of hypotheses, it's not going to change much. I'm looking for an open auction in range. I'm looking for responsive buyers up into the 46 to 49 area. And then I'm looking to see sellers step in, come down, and basically chop us sideways with a downside bias in this low volume area, basically between the 40 and the 48 area, and maybe a late day probe down into the 36 to 35 area, and then close somewhere around this 40 to 42 level. So hypo 1, responsive buying up in towards the overnight VPOC and the value we tried to hold. Find the sellers, rotate us down, basically chop around going sideways with a possible late day probe down into the 35, maybe even the 33 to 31. Hypo 2 is a open auction in range, a move down into the 35 area, find a base, put in a higher low, and then start working our way back up towards the 49 and coming up into this upper distribution and closing somewhere in around the 46 to 49 area. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3 is a take back day, and that would be failure to take out the overnight VPOC or the overnight high or the naked VPOC from yesterday, leave the gap, and then immediately find sellers, come down into this 35 area, fight this area at the low of the day, and then break lower and come down and hit our primary target down here below at that 27.75 and chop around and go sideways into the close. That is hypo 3. Hypo 4 is going to be a move down into the 40 level, leave the gap alone still, and then work our way up, grinding our way up into the 49, chop around here and push up and make new all-time highs, and then come back and close somewhere around that 49. Those are my main hypotheses. Looking at gold, I'm short gold right now, and we're looking for the possibility. We did not hold the composite VPOC. We broke below that 71 area we were talking about yesterday, and looking for the possibility of coming down into the 63. I do expect a basing pattern down here. I'm going to be looking for a position to get into gold and get into a swing trade to the upside by mid-October. I think gold is going to firm up, and we're going to get rotation back into the 1300s and get a continuation, much higher over a longer time frame. Areas to watch: anything below the 66, look for them to push into that 63. And if we don't hit the 63, look for them to push through to the other side of this balance down here at the 55.70. If we can hold the 66, look for chop with a slow grind back up towards the 73 area, 73.80, and then ultimately back up at the 75.60 area. Remember that the composite VPOC, this composite, goes all the way back to October the 24th, 2008. So 75.6 is going to act as a major magnet because it is the most price traded with the bulls and the bears, and likely not to get away from it too far too quickly. So that's going to complete our session. Sorry I went way over time, but there's lots to talk about. Don't forget that this is the Canadian Thanksgiving, so for all our Canadian members, wish you a happy Thanksgiving. This is going to be it for me in terms of moderation until Tuesday, and I will see you back. I might be here for Monday morning pre-market, but I won't be here to moderate today. I will open the room for the members, and Marvin, I can make Marvin organizer, but this is a holiday, and I will be off until Tuesday as a schedule. Anyway, Trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.